Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 15, Week 2. Today, for the third time ever, I actually think it's only the second time because I don't think the London and Wizard casters actually ended up doing this series. We're taking a look at Alch Capone taking on the MonkeyKings of New York. And with me here today is the e-girl that you should not simp for. It's Princess of the Princess Gang. What's going on, Princess?
Not much, not much.
What is this now? Like the sixth team that is just named directly after you?
Uh, Probably like the eighth or ninth.
There we go. It's the
Every
sixth in the
year I try.
LD2L circuit because I know there's like
Yes.
this. There's your season 13 team. There's like a couple of like earlier season teams. I think two of them had it. There's your
Hmm.
Mage One team. It's like everywhere you go, you're just getting everybody to simp for you.
That's right. I try to get my name out there. You know, I think it's funny too to have my name in
In
the
the name
team
of
name.
every team and not ever like going along with the themes like Flame You Every Cast.
Hmm.
Doom and
Or I
Lashrekman.
or I try to get people to go on the theme that I want, so I can put my team name in.
Doom and Lesh, both banned out. Lena picking up here first. Looter told me off camera, and I mentioned this in your series as well, that he's starting to believe that the first pick Lena thing is actually a self troll. And given that it had a 0% win rate in your series, maybe he's got a point there.
Mm, it may be the Lena players. I think it gets
Maybe.
punished a lot too.
Yeah, I feel like
Um,
there's a lot more heroes in the game that can punish the Lena without actually sacrificing that much. It's just a matter of do you have it in your pool is the always the question.
hmm Yeah,
Kentaur
I think
Warrunner, very
punish
simple, very easy
people get
one.
on top of you. This is like a really good like Lena answer because you stampede in and you're on top of Lena, which is like the opposite of what Lena wants. That's why like
Yep.
you see like lots of Tusk get picked against Lena in the DPC.
The downside is that well, Centaur is very good at getting on top of Lena, and Lena's never going to kill him unless he's playing really bad. The bad news is that it is a pretty hard ordeal for Centaur to actually kill Lena himself. So it's
Hmm.
basically just somebody Lena can't kill and will die if she tries. Got Lich here. The other caster said that he thinks that Lich is the best pause 5 right now. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but I do feel like it is very. And there's a good argument for somebody who is the best pause 5 right now, perhaps.
Yeah, I think Trance pretty good. The heal is like super good. The Leech Seed is a really powerful spell right now, and the slow is really nice. And then it's really good with the Lena in lane too. The melee hero that slows, and then Lena just
Yep.
chunks a lot of damage.
That is, of course, assuming that it's going to be a Lena 1. I don't necessarily know, at least at this point, if I'd be running the Lena 1. I feel like the Centaur and Lich is just not really two heroes that you want to see if you want to be running Lena 1. Basically
Hmm.
just means that you ain't winning no team fights for that BKB comes out, not a 1.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like you just get on top of her and then Lich ults and you die. Especially if you have like a second stun in addition to the Centaur.
So like I
Um,
said about the lunchboxes in game 2, this is an okay Lena 2 game, but I don't think you can really make a game around a pause 1 that can't credibly win early game team fights. Of course, the rest of the draft might change that, so we'll have to see how that goes.
yeah, I think the meta is really heavy in like early team fighting. So if you don't have like a good early team fight, it's kind of hard to like win anything, or you lose map pretty quick.
Sniper and PL knocked out, OD knocked out.
Um, I don't know why they must have. Is Mickle a big PL player? 'Cause
Is Mickle?
it's
Yes.
I don't think it's traditionally as good against the Lena, but the sniper is pretty good against Lena.
Mickle had Mickle's had a few good PL performances in LD2L, so I mean, do keep in mind that it's like even when you're sitting in the game and you're talking about BlueJay, it's like there there's not a long list of people that you're going to say quantifiably are going to beat Mickle from the pause 1, like when you're talking about pause 1s. So
Hmm.
banning him out, banning his comfort out, even if it's not necessarily the best thing for the game, if you're not going to counter it, and at this point these guys have a do not have the easiest way to just completely counter it.
Team banned.
It's not a bad idea to get rid of some of those things. Drow's another great example of that.
Yeah. Yep.
Drow, like I said in your series, I would describe as probably the rock of the meta in when you're talking about the 3.5k and under range that LD2L covers, unless you're Princess or Bush or the White Joel Birch.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think Drow is very strong, especially in lane. The slow from her Q is super strong, and then her shard is really good. Damage, it's really good damage at like 15 minutes, 20 minutes when you have like Yasha, Dragon Lance, and then Shard or Hurricane Pike and Shard. Ton of damage.
Alch Capone thinking out what they're going to do here. Perhaps we're thinking about that Drow for next pick, and that's no longer an option.
Is Rada a Rubik player?
I don't even know what Rada is going to be doing on this team. I assume it might be pause 3.
Oh,
because he's replacing the
yeah,
pause 3.
he is. He is the pause 3 probably. Because this is a pretty. If they have a Rubik player, this is a pretty decent pick for a Rubik. It's a good pick against Tree and Lena. Go Hoodwink.
It's not a bad Hoodwink game either, I don't think.
I think it's pretty good against Tree.
It's good against the Tree, it's good against Lena, because it really sucks to be broken as Lena, especially early.
And then I think it's pretty good in lane with the Centaur. You can stomp into the
stupid acorns, and yeah.
5 seconds.
You can get a lot of damage out.
Hey, you'll be pleased to know that positive things were said about your Centaur Warrunner in the game too, except how you didn't build any magic resistance against an all-magic team. Not like it mattered in the end, of course, but you know how it goes. Got the Razor up here.
I think I thought about it.
It was a stump anyway, so it didn't matter. Razor here, like I said before about Razor, right now, picking a Razor at a time like this is sort of a declarative statement. Like, not only does Razor not really counter any of these guys on the board, but he's not really even great against most of these heroes, but that doesn't really matter. You're picking up Razor as a soft ban for a lot of pause 1s and forcing the enemy team to play around what you're picking.
Yeah, it kind of limits like what you can pick. They've banned already the Drow, the Sniper, and they have the Lena. So there's not like a ton of stuff that's I think left in the pool really that you want to play against it as a carry hero.
Yeah, if this is
maybe
if it wasn't for that Razor coming up, for example, this would be an awesome time to pick up a Lifestealer. Like if they have like I assume that's 3 Razor, I assume that's Kenny Lavender. If they have like pretty much anybody else in that spot, this is like pick Lifestealer here and win. No, they can't do that. They do with the Void. Void's interesting.
Void's good against Lena. I think it kind of struggles a little bit in lane against Razor, like most melee heroes.
Yeah, he can play around the Razor in the long run, but he has to be smart about it. It is Mickle, so you can assume he's probably going to be smart about it.
He's got a Lich in lane too. So he's gonna get harassed a lot though. There's the Rubik and the Razor are gonna do a lot of damage. So like the first like 3 levels I think are gonna be really hard in the lane. He's gonna have to be pretty careful.
And they could actually make that, if they wanted to, they could actually make it even worse for the Void Lich lane if Treant goes for early living armor and just slaps that on.
10 seconds remaining.
Undoes the magic burst damage that Leech is gonna put out. Doesn't stop it, obviously. That's not what living armor does, but you just regen it right off and you're okay. Just keep the offensive going. And stops Void from really getting any right-click harass off you. Lich's right-click actually ain't too bad himself, so definitely
Void
could.
Is pretty good too with Hoodwink and the Lich. They have pretty strong team fight early if they get a good chrono.
Anybody who gets chronoed is going to die, but the interesting thing, and props to Mickle for this, one thing you see a lot in LD2, and I actually saw this a little bit in DPC as well with some of the lower-ranked teams, is you pick a Faceless Void, and then everything you pick into it basically is contingent on the idea that you get a good chrono out. But like Lich and Hoodwink and Centaur in this game still have a lot to offer, even if the Chronosphere hits 0 people. You know.
Yeah, they have a lot of good control. They have ways to reset the fight with Stampede. So they have a couple, and then Hoodwink and Faceless Void are kind of mobile too, so you can kite out the Razor if he doesn't have a BKB. Treant might be a problem though if he roots them all. I could see being a problem where they like keep a
Yeah,
good Treant all into Razor just running in.
I do feel like it's going to be kind of a rare occasion that Treant's going to get a big ult this game, because it's like Centaur Warrunner is going to be standing in blink range. Lich is going to be in sort of the second line waiting for his ult. Hoodwink is going to be wherever the hell she wants to be. She can stand anywhere in a fight, basically. And Void's going to be in your face. So what do you get out of that? Maybe 2 at most when you hit R?
Maybe.
Dire team pick.
MonkeyKing and Ursa banned against them. They must be playing against your team from Season 13. It's like half your pool already gone. Pangolier and the
10 seconds
Quap
remaining.
knocked out.
5 seconds remaining.
Let's see if this is Alina mid. They could pick a Wraith King here maybe.
They can do anything here. They got a lot of ways they can slot this. The question is, what are they going to do with Lena? I'm thinking Lena should probably... Well, I mean, it kind of sucks, because you don't have last pick here.
Yeah, Peter's a pretty good
Radiant
Lena
team
player,
pick.
so they might pick a carrier. Yeah.
Oh, look, they did exactly what you said.
So now Alch Capone need to pick a hero that can probably just farm fast. Like a tiny in lane is probably good here.
10 seconds remaining.
It'll like trade farm it with like against Selena or like a invoker
5
type
seconds
hero.
remaining.
Yeah, something that like nukes the wave, because Lena is going to kill the wave fast and then hit jungle camp. So you need something that can do something like the same or can kill the Lena. But
Invoker would actually be really awesome this game. Good against Wraith King, good against Selena, good against the Razor.
I don't know if Kai is a invoker player.
Yeah, I don't think he plays it, which is a shame, but it'd be really, really good to pick up in this particular game. If he could suddenly learn it in the span of about 10 minutes. Or he could play Coddle. That could also work.
Okay. Coddle gives pretty good damage into the Chrono. He can kill the mid wave.
If he wants to be really annoying, one thing he can do is he can stick his stupid Ignis thing in such a place where it sucks people into the Chronosphere. It's always fun.
Yeah, they have lots of good ways to kite. I just see it being a problem if lanes don't go well. Like if this Razor has a really good game, they'll have a Razor problem probably, because they won't be able to really fight without the Chrono. If Razor has a good game.
Well, he should be able to. The Coddle should be able to help deal with that, even if he doesn't do great. Just in the grounds of, the knockback thing really sucks for him. Ignis really sucks for him. And yeah, Razor has BKB. That's 6 seconds, and this is a kite team, right? So you can't count on that completely.
Yeah.
I don't think they. And one thing as well, I don't think I've even mentioned it so far. I don't think they ever really answered the Centaur, which is another big issue if Razor gets big, because it's like Razor needs to have a good entrance, and he needs to have a good first 3 to 5 seconds of a fight. And if he doesn't get that, if Centaur just hits R and they're able to just reset it and try again, then it really sucks to be him.
The Treant's kind of annoying in lane for Centaur. And the alt's okay too against him, but other than that, I think the Centaur Hoodwink lane is pretty strong, and Wraith King's kind of weak early.
Yeah, so we've seen a lot of Wraith King not doing so good in a lot of LD2L games. I feel like over the course of all the time that I've casted for this series, for this particular tournament, I feel like his win rate has to be. It might be single digits, honestly.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like certain players that pick it that do well with it, and then a lot of times I think people pick it and they don't do well with it. It's like Spectre. Spectre, I think, gets punished a lot because there's people that like pick it when it's good, but they're not a Spectre player, and then there's Kai plays Spectre, they just will win. Ooh.
In this particular game, I do feel like it's going to be hard for him for a while. If Wraith King can survive a really long time and get a lot of consistent farm, then he's going to be good. If he
30
just
seconds
dies
to go.
twice in a row to Faceless Void and has no ability to do anything about that, then it could go really disastrously bad for him. And that is something that we've seen happen in this specific matchup in LD2L.
Radiant are stacking a bunch of heroes right here on this ward up top, or rune up top. They might try to see if they can get a kill here. Oh,
The battle begins.
Cuddle shining his flashlight to illuminate absolutely nothing. And runes just split evenly. Gonna maybe have a trade between, yep, Kai and Molsky gonna have a few shots at each other. But that's it looks like. Okay, no, Molsky's actually gonna get the crap beat out of... They're switching the lanes up, maybe. Oh wait, no, I'm blind, that's Radiant. This has happened to me twice somehow. It's because you guys keep invading runes weirdly. It just looked like these two were the Dire and that's the Radiant. It's like, wait a minute. We have had a lane switch in this tournament.
what?
Apparently somebody in week 1 decided to switch safe lane and off lane, and ooh, Pohoro almost going down for first blood there. Just barely gets out of it with the very well-timed Fairy Fire here. This seems like as good a time as any for everybody's favorite part of the cast, the roll call. So, for Alch Capone, Pause 1, captain of the team, you've got Mickle, sponsored by 1618. A lot of things happened that year, you know, on the Faceless Void. Pause 2, you've got Kai, sponsored by Riot Games, which is an impressive sponsorship, but not quite as impressive as being sponsored by an entire year on the Coddle.
That's true.
Pause 3, you've got Rada G Gas standing in for Meph on the Centaur Warrunner. Pause 4, you've got Geistenly, whose Arabic name is going to ruin chat for this entire game on the Hoodwink. And pause 5, you've got Pohohoro with an SMR clan tag for some reason on the Lich. Whereas Pohohoro would say on the Lick.
Oh no.
Lavender getting a bit bullied over here. But he's going to be able to turn this around. This should be fun. Well, maybe?
Might have calls to it. Oh,
Nope.
First blood.
First blood, Pohohoro. Awesome job there.
Yeah, this had a lot of damage. I don't know how the Razor got so low. He must have been tanking a bunch of creeps.
Tanking creeps, just attrition, I would say. He's been playing very aggressively. Meanwhile, on the other hand, for the MonkeyKings in New York, pause 1, you've got BlueJay on the Wraith King. This is also the captain of this team. Pause 2, you've got Peter, PPM, on the Lena. Pause 3, you've got Kenny Lavender on the Razor, who famously was picked by BlueJay for name alone. Pause 4, you've got Dark Ace, who is maybe about to get some revenge for that first blood? Maybe? It's very close.
I don't.
Nope, yeah, he is.
Oh, if you
And
get it back.
now he's gonna die. Or no, he's not, because
Razor's gonna show up now.
Mickle forgot to turn on bashes when he started this game.
He needs to turn the bash hack on.
Yep. See, what you do is you just right-click your bashes, you right-click your time lock, and it just auto-casts. Like, I don't know why people don't do that. That's not real. Please don't actually do that. Pause 4, Dark Ace just got himself a little bit of revenge there for the first blood, and pause 5 used to be 1-up Molsky 1-up, now is New York Molsky 1-up. And Wraith King blew up a ranged creep there. This is a very
That's down bottom.
what?
You're not really getting a lot of farm down bottom. There's a lot of just denies, it looks like.
Yeah, everybody is more concerned about the other guy getting last hits than they are actually farming themselves. Then again, they have been fighting a lot of this lane, so
That's true.
Razor gets a flag creep with his hula hoop. I do think that a stalemate in this lane favors Razor in the long run. Mickle wants to win this lane. He doesn't want to stalemate this, even if Razor's going to be a threat to him. He does not want this to.
He really needs to almost win it on Razor. Or on Mickle. I think a stalemate is worse because he's. Oh.
Kenny Lavender getting out of town here with just a little bit of health left. He's gonna pick himself up a nice Wraith Pact for his, not Wraith Pact, a Wraith Band for his troubles. And Molsky is going to cover, just, go down here. Or going to kill here. No, is going to go down here to the Hoodwink. He disconnected.
Yeah, not much disconnected.
Guy Stanley, please change your name. You know what's amazing? In last week's games, we had one of the series that was casted by Guy Stanley, and somehow he flamed people less than Cheeseburger flamed in our games.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I believe that.
No, it's true. Guy Stanley really didn't flame at all, and Cheeseburger just spent the entire cast talking about what the Pause 1 should be doing instead of what they are. That was your series, so look forward to that.
Oh, Hoodwink's looking around behind Peter mid.
This is pretty good.
Right click. Oh, he lives.
Oh
on like
my
1
god,
HP.
9 HP!
Holy.
Well, that's unfortunate. If Kai just takes a random lucky guess here. Guess was not lucky.
I might die.
Guess was
here.
not lucky, now he die!
Guess
Oh
no!
Oh, that's
Oh.
so unfortunate.
That-
Great rotation by Dark Ace.
Peter playing right on the edge. He had like probably like 100 HP.
Oh, but in other news, Kenny Lavender is just gonna go right down here.
Yeah, that
Get feared.
Rubik going up mid allowed that to happen, so they knew they could be aggressive.
Yep. Man, I didn't even really consider the how good a Void Lich lane can be. Which, I mean, you know, if I consciously had thought about it a little bit more in draft, I would have known, but it is really annoying to have the bashes on you, and the fear, and the stupid ice armor. It's a mess. And it's, worst of all, I mean, the two worst things of all, A, it's Razor, so he's not really going to be able to build a tank item. This is not exactly, I mean, maybe he could get Falcon Blade if he wanted, but this isn't exactly like a Rush Hood and do well type, which he is going to try and do anyway, just to stay on board here. B, it's magic and physical damage all coming at you.
Oh,
Just really tough to deal with. Yep. Kai is here. Gonna try and kill the Wraith King. Wraith King's probably fine. Just don't have the damage to get rid of him. Kind of the problem with this Kai fella, or not this Kai fella, with this this Coddle fella. When you're trying to do the Coddle mid, is it just feels like he's just so lacking on the damage. Wraith King's actually just coming right back into this fight, just sustaining himself on the leech seed. Coddle is down. You know, Rada has nothing to do but right click away. Rubik nearly dies for this, but like, that's it. You just traded your mid for a near death on a pause. No, you traded your mid and your pause 4 for a near death on the enemy pause 4. This is not a good look for Alch Capone in the early game here.
Yeah, Centaur didn't do the damage build where you max hoof stomp and your double edge, so he doesn't have a lot of damage to add into these fights right now.
He's also still doing the
He's trying to be really unkillable.
You know what's the sad thing is I actually made a document specifically for Rada in the last season talking about the double ring thing on the Centaur Warrunner and how mathematically it actually is not good for you. And I did a lot of goddamn testing on that. An unreal amount of testing on that. As I said last series, it was like 4 goddamn hours of crunching numbers. Okay, we are finally going to get Rubik, so Radiant finally gets something out of this.
And it goes to Coddle too, which is nice.
Yep. And the ultimate finding is, unless you're in a lane that does literally nothing but fizz damage, the rings are not really good for you. You pretty much always want to either just go right for the chainmail, or just get Bracer. Especially if you're going to do phase boots anyway. And I said the same thing about you when it was in that game, so look forward to hearing about that.
I really like it because the hero just has no natural armor.
The astounding thing is basically the calculation was that with a bracer, or obviously with the chainmail, which you can also get, but which is directly equivalent, it's the same amount of armor, but with the bracer, your total percentage of HP, even after physical attacks, is about the exact same, and your regen is considerably better. One thing I did find is that it actually does not help your double edge or retaliate much, even if they're max level. So, you can't honestly say that it's very helpful for that, but in terms of trying to soak damage, you got that. Or you could do what Dusty does and just buy Wraith Band on every single hero.
I do that on most heroes, actually. I really like the Wraith Band. For whatever, it's like it just feels good to buy. You get like the extra little bit of attack speed and the
Dusty's convinced you just shouldn't buy anything else. Like you shouldn't buy Bracer or Nulls on anybody. Just only well, maybe not Nulls, but never Bracer, only Wraith Band.
I'd agree with that. I really like the Wraith Band too. Ooh, Centaur might be in trouble here.
He has his ult. He should be fine. But unfortunately, nothing interesting is going to come out of this. He's, pausing again. Meteor hits Mickle's internet cafe. Back to the action. Oh my god, Dark Ace got Illuminate! That's funny. They're actually going to break through the trees here to try and get this, Treant, funnily enough. But they're going to have to commit the Centaur ult to that, and Rada does not want to do that here, which is probably for the best. I don't think it's probably worth that. Dark Ace on his way. But, yeah, nothing to do here except potentially die, so he just turns around and goes right back. This stupid skeleton just scratching Rada's back.
Yeah, I don't think skeletons are very good.
Here. I don't think skeletons are all that good as an offensive force for the most part, except against like supports. Okay, swing and a miss. Oh my god, Roche! Roche almost ruined that for them. Imagine how terrible that would have been.
That would have been a big disaster because they had 4 heroes there.
Yeah, 4 heroes, 0 kills. I would have cried myself to sleep. Mickle got that.
Red is in trouble up top.
No, he ain't. You lied to me. Lied to me.
Might still
Okay,
be
he's gonna be in trouble if he just sticks around here at like 10 HP, Rada. What are you doing? Oh, trying to bait for the support line. I guess,
both
but,
supports
like,
here.
you're not gonna kill him though. You don't have damage.
Ooh, they might. Okay, that's first life. They have enough for second life though.
Not even close. No, I don't think. They do have Kai here, but again, the amount of damage is so low, and he has the armlet to toggle to play with too.
Tree.
Okay, but if they got 4 people just going to commit all the way to this, and nobody's going to respond on Dire, then I guess it's fine. What's Razor getting up to down here? Just out of curiosity.
He's going Vanguard first.
Just going for that Vanguard, just having a casual day. He was originally going to go for Hood, but he decided against that at some point.
Dodge.
I hope Mickle at least gets this kill. I hope for his sake. No, it's gonna get sniped by Hoodwink.
Hoodwink got it. At
Guys,
least they got it.
guys.
It would have been disastrous if they used all that and didn't even get the kill.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a little disastrous either way. Mickle crying himself to sleep tonight as well.
I think did he go Midas this game?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he kicked off
Yeah.
with Midas.
Yeah, so I think he's
Not actually doing that great for net worth though, so he's definitely gonna have to get a lot of value out of it.
Midas will help. It'll also help him with his levels, which are going to be, I think, really important in this game too. He needs a little bit longer chrono probably, so he can get a little bit more damage out of it.
I think it's a little secondary. By the way, rip this tower. A little secondary in this tower, of course, for all of our radio listeners, being Radiant Spot T1. secondary in importance here because they have so much ability to just keep people locked in stun that even if the Chronosphere flops like it did there, you still have something to follow it up with. Wraith King just completely ignoring the Centaur. Centaur means nothing to this man.
I think that's how they both feel. They can't really kill each other unless
Wraith King can kill the Centaur a hell of a lot better than the Centaur can kill the Wraith King at this point, I think. The blink is not really going to change that. Which of course doesn't really mean a kill. I mean, it means that if they actually have a fight, then Centaur's going to lose a lot of his HP and have to rout, and that's it. And in this specific scenario, a rout is basically tantamount to a kill anyway. Well, I mean, he does have pretty good net worth, so perhaps it would be fine. But he's not even going to think about that. He's going to TP out mid instead, in preparation for a future battle that he's apprehending here.
I have a lot of people just sitting around mid right now.
It's LD2L, this is what you do.
That's true. Rubik can also, I think, have his mana boots if he disassembles his, or his Aether Lens if he disassembles his mana boots.
True, he can. I don't know if he actually wants to do that, though. You know, there's, it's always the sacred principle of, the disassemble is, sometimes you really do just need both items. Sometimes you really do just want the boots more. But he did eventually disassemble them. He gave it some thoughts, and that was his conclusion.
Invisibility.
Which does give him the ability to do some interesting things. We have a one-on-one between the Treon Protector and the Coddle here. And Molsky is going to hit Magic Wand, even though he's got Spirit Vessel on him, because he wasn't thinking. Rubik stole the Frost Shield. That can actually be really nasty.
Oh!
Not nasty enough.
This is like right at the edge of the range of that blast.
Interesting place for Razor to be. Interesting plays by the Hoodwink and the Centaur, though, so doesn't really matter. Cohesion, not feeling great on either team so far, but it's feeling a little bad for Alch Capone. Which, I mean, that's just going to happen when you have a stand-in, you know, you're not used to playing with this guy. Kentaro is just going to TP, yeah, that's kind of funny. And Hoodwink is just going to miss the ult. That's also funny. Perked Rubik ult a little bit. Perked Rubik up, rather. Sadly for Rubik, did not manage to steal it, even though Hoodwink was not able to use a skill right afterwards. And Coddle will just slow sieging on the T2 here.
Oh? Oh, Hoodwink's gonna get away.
Yep. Here come the Skeleetons. What do you think about these stupid Pinecone enemies?
I think they're really weird. They don't do like a ton of damage, but they feel like they have a lot of health when you're trying to kill them.
So, like a Pinecone, you know, it's very tough and there's no nutritional value. Do you want to hear a really dumb story that you're only going to hear on this cast?
Sure.
There's an Arthur episode that's like, don't eat pine cones. And
like
it's
like A. Arthur?
Like Arthur the Aardvark.
Oh my, the kids show?
Yes. And
they have the Matt Damon art, or like artwork.
Yeah, but not always. And there was an episode about like you shouldn't eat pine cones, right? And it had the exact opposite intention because I never would have thought about eating one or at least biting into one until I saw that episode, and I was like, why the hell would anyone ever do that? I've got to try it now just because I have to know why. And so I just take a big ass bite out of a pine cone.
And
it wasn't good. It was like licking an old car air freshener.
All right, I have additional questions now.
All right.
Why do you know what that tastes like?
I don't, but I know what that smells like, and so you can kind of make a safe assumption. Most things taste like how they smell. If you haven't figured that one out yet. There are some exceptions.
Treant there.
Yep, Treant just gonna get completely run over.
Oh,
Unfortunately, they're gonna just lose Kai. Oh my god, Pohohoro cut in half there.
He just got Deso on Wraith King, I believe. And I think that did about, like, it looked like 1,000 damage on that right click.
And what a way to start out. Just kicks off with some free damage on it. Well, that sucks kind of bad for Radiant.
Yeah, they got their Centaur like gone on, and then they also got Tree like right at the very beginning of that fight. Who's a lot of your? Well, I guess they have the tree.
Yeah. They also got the tree killed.
I don't know how that went so. They killed the tree pretty early in that fight. I don't know why it went so poorly. Maybe it's because
they're really far behind, and Lena's a million miles ahead, and Coddle does things that aren't loads of team fight damage right now.
Oh, I bet you know what? I think it's because it was a 5v4. Red King showed up and Faceless Foot didn't.
Yep, that's also a big part of it. But generally speaking, there is a damage gap right now, and it's favoring MonkeyKings of New York. Coddle is not to the point yet where he's going to be that valuable in fights. He's going to have the Illuminate, he's going to have everything like that, but at this point right now, he's basically Spirit Vessel and some flashlight damage. And Centaur War Runner is right now almost nothing. Just feels like he just doesn't even exist. Pretty much just a stomp and that's it. Got the Crimson Guard, and the Crimson Guard is definitely very good in this game. It's not going to really do anything about the Wraith King, and kind of unlikely to do much about the Razor, but one big thing is it's going to get rid of a lot of the Lena damage. You know, Lena does very fast, low damage auto attacks. That is exactly what the Crimson Guard is built to deal with. And getting rid of a good chunk of it.
I don't think they'll be low damage for long, though. She's going Silver Edge, and when she gets that, she'll start doing lots of damage.
Dire's top tower is
She gets those
attack.
crits, especially if the Wraith King has touched them.
Well, she has to roll to get crits, and Centaur does not have that. Centaur just hits X and automatically gets the damage blocks.
That's true.
So, even with the crits, until Lena gets more alpha damage otherwise, still going to be pretty effective. I mean, right now, like, if Centaur rolls damage block with the active on, it's going to do less damage to him than, like, a Hoodwink auto attack does, for example.
Oh, there's a Arcane Rune on the Faceless Foot here. I wonder if they'll try to...
Got the Razor in a very compromising position. They do not want to fight over it. Got the Wraith King too, but they just...
I don't think.
But Centaur's not here. I don't know. Does it even matter? I think maybe you just go on that and just have him use Stampede. It seems like right now that's pretty much 75% of his damage output anyway. He got Blade Mail? Okay.
Yeah, they're playing pretty passive for having all of their spells, I think. Okay, Chrono. Oh, stolen Chrono?
I didn't really need a Chrono for that, but it's definitely been worse Chronos. Secured it for if nothing else.
So they do get 2 there for the Chrono, Razor and Tree. I think that's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd like to get the Lena at some point with a Chrono, but
you really want to, like, for anything to be called a really clean win for Mickle's lineup, like, either the Wraith King or the Lena have to die.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
He, I think he blinked in on Centaur, it looked like. He clicked the mini-map and blinked in.
No,
and then,
that wasn't Void Soul. Don't worry.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I think he
Mickle? Mr. Mickle! Oh, Centaur blinked on the minimap. Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, I thought I saw that on the... and blink in, and then Rubik just chronoed him, and Lena just clicked him. She almost did kill herself, though.
Light speed.
He's gonna need like a Satanic or something this game. she doesn't kill herself.
Did give her the silver edge off of that, so that's gonna help her not kill herself. Gonna get rid of the return. Not gonna get rid of the blame mail per se, but I mean, without the return, it's not that big. And Lena's very lucky because for a while that's really the only passive she's gonna have to worry about, but it's also a very good passive to get rid of.
Oh, Kai, are you gonna survive?
Just gonna die. Well, that sure made it worse.
Cancels.
Two more damage. No, he didn't even have it up. Is the answer to that?
Oh. Oh, in mid?
PPM here, getting hammered.
Oh, didn't bash enough.
Something that wasn't Lena just got Rod of Atost. What was that?
Burns, doesn't it?
What did I just witness?
I think it looked like Faceless Void got a bunch of bashes, and then Lena pressed BKB and stunned him, and then clipped him a bunch, and he died. And then Lena got Atos and died, I believe.
No, something that wasn't Lena got Atost, so she still had BKB up when it went out.
Oh, the creep maybe?
Yeah, they Atos a creep and Lena still died for it anyway. I'm a little shocked they canceled the TP on that. Oh my god, the revenge. The revenge. On the Centaur ult.
Hey, Razor's in with his Bloodstone.
Getting stunned, getting kited a lot here. This is exactly the kind of fight MKNY wants. And Mickle is here now.
Oh, he's gonna catch the Razor. Dave.
Yeah, the
Armlet toggle it off?
Yep.
No. Oh.
It's gonna Armlet toggle, but it's not gonna last. We do have Chrono here. But they keep knocking Wraith King farther away from Mickle! Mick, I promise you this is a good Chrono. Well, I mean, not anymore. You didn't need it after all, which is nice.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Well, that's, I said before about what constitutes a good clean win for Alch Capone, and that was certainly one of them. A lot of gold going to the VIPs on this lineup, and some unfortunate deaths for those on the Dire. Lena did free farm during that time, but I would be a little surprised if the value of what she got out of it was not less than what her team lost for it. Centaur charging blindly for the Wraith Pack. Might actually not do much this game. They actually have a lot of ability to just kill it really fast without actually losing much.
Yeah, I think they can kill it pretty quick too.
But that's what I just said.
Yeah, I like also think that.
You said two at the end though.
Yeah, like I also.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you got me with the English there. Yeah.
Clearly, you're not the Princess of England.
Although Lena can kill it in like 3 shots, I think.
Yeah, Lena can just kill it really quick. Razor can leash onto somebody else and just kill the Wraith Pack totem, so he doesn't even need to sacrifice that. They have no detection. Now this is cringe. I don't know what Kenny Lavender's doing here, but they actually got bluffed there. They actually assumed just because Razor was present that everybody else was too, and no, it was actually pretty much just him, ready to fight. That's a successful bluff right there. Kai is definitely starting to become a problem at this point. I don't know if starting to is the right way to put it. I think Kai, maybe more accurately, is a problem for them to deal with at this point. You know, early on in the game he wasn't able to do much, but at this point Mickle has DC'd 3 times now. Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, once he gets his Ags too.
His Ags is going to be super tough to deal with. Well, the Wraith Pact on its own in a vacuum is not going to be very good. Just being able to drop... So, Rada hasn't woken up yet. Rada AFK. There we go. Anyway, being able to drop all kinds of crap that the enemy team has to beat up, you know, it's one thing if it's just a Wraith Pact. You can easily get rid of that. But start complicating the process, and this is not a good Chronosphere. This is like the definition of a bad Chrono.
He just like lost all his damage too.
Yeah, He lost all his damage on the one person he got on the Chrono, and they just had no ability to kill anybody. They split very
ED on
well.
Lina too. You might do a lot of damage on whatever Silver Edge. Oh, maybe they're going back to Roche though. There's no Chrono.
Yeah, I mean, right now, they really have nothing to be afraid of on that Radiant team. They just used all their resources on a go they couldn't even do. Faceless Void, really, at this point, still doesn't have that much more than just his Midas. He had to buy BKB really early, and it's just not a good position for him to be in.
Never go out.
You know, the old BKB timing, you know, I always say that it's not something anybody ever wants to do, it's something that you have to do. And it's especially notable on a hero like Faceless Void. Like, having to get a BKB on him this early, it super duper sucks. It just means that he's going to be so much less able to actually participate in fights. Centaur just getting completely demolished there by Lina.
Yeah, she almost killed herself though. Oh, and there's a stolen
Oh my
Chrono.
god, another stolen Chrono, Mickle! You can't keep letting him get away with this!
I think that's gonna be Satanic on Lina too. I don't know how they're gonna kill Lina. They have to burst her in a Chrono. It's like the only way.
Yeah. And then it's like, at this point, it feels like anything that you could do to hypothetically get rid of Lina just means that you're not going to have anything left to get rid of the Wraith King, who is just as bad, basically. I think they let the damage gap get too big here.
Yeah, I think they played a little too passive early, and now they're like in a big hole. It might not show as much in the net worth, but like Centaur's items are not giving damage for the net worth.
Yeah, I mean, Centaur's items aren't, Faceless Voids aren't, and Coddle really just can't build straight up damage items for the most part. Not at this point in the game, certainly.
He's got control items and like be annoying in a fight kind of stuff. So
yeah, annoying don't win you though. Annoying with nothing else, that does not win you fights. And it feels like that's all they've got. They've got a lot of ability to make the process of killing all of them a little more obnoxious, and that's all they have. Good Centaur stun. Kind of got a little messed up here by the Coddle Blast. Again, the coordination just doesn't feel great on this lineup. Like, the Lich, very weird spot there. It doesn't actually distract the Wraith King enough to kind of
he's gonna find his own Chrono. Oh, he gets out. He was Treant ulted at the beginning of that Chrono, so he couldn't do any damage.
They're actually gonna get, yeah, they actually do get the BlueJay there, which is good, but that's such a consolation prize at this point.
You know, just killed that Coddle, whatever it's called.
The Ignis.
Will-O-Wisp. So fast. It's Mjolnir now. He's got a little damage.
That's good.
There's almost a halberd on Razor, though, I think.
Let's check it out. Yep. All he needs is
once he gets that, it's going to be really sad for Mickle, especially if he doesn't BKB at the very beginning.
Yeah, because there's nobody else that you even have to think about with the halberd on there. There's no thought required for the timing. You just do it so he can't chrono you, and that's it.
They didn't really get any objectives yet, though, after that fight.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be hard for either of these teams to take objectives. The until Faceless Void gets uber scary, the only real ability these guys have to push on Radiant is to just like decisively win a team fight and decisively push a lane, which at this point does not look like it's happening anytime soon. Because if they don't, then Treant's just gonna hit living armor over and over. Like, he should be on this mid T1 here, but he's not, just to annoy us. And until then, it's like all they can do is just push ways up to them and not support the push that follows, basically.
Yeah, you really have to commit to like take towers against a Treant, or else you just like will never get them because he'll just heal them up.
On the other hand, while the Radiant can't really take the towers themselves, they can sure defend between the Coddle Flashlight, Lich's ability to just blast waves, the Hoodwink's ability to blast waves. Dark Ace is just playing with everybody with this Rubik or with this Faceless Void's skill. That time you got to hear it in stereo.
structures are fortified.
They got the Lina.
Yeah, the Lena just does not care about what it could possibly happen to her right now. And she's gonna die for it. Nope.
Tree ulti.
Great tree ult. It's gonna let Lena get her whole health bar back on Satanic, but unfortunately they have nothing to stop this. Big chrono. Lich ult gets eaten by some jungle creeps. Doesn't matter. Lena's so low, but they just can't kill her. The damage deck.
Like 1 second left from Aegis.
There we go.
If they killed him like a second later, the Aegis would have been out.
Very sad. And Halberd out on the Faceless Void, and this fight is just a super disaster. Oh, never mind. They randomly kill Wraith King
I
offside.
get caught here. Oh, now they don't really have a way to defend their high ground.
And now it's a disaster. Nice shot, guys.
Yeah.
What a surprise.
What a
Full health
surprise.
again.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's unfortunate that Kai got caught there, like at the very end of an LSA, because now it's kind of hard to defend these. I mean, they have to get the Lich Armor to slow it.
Radiant's middle tower is
I
under
think
But
they're
once that Lich Armor goes, look at it die.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Take out the range
Radiant's
racks.
structures
Never mind.
are fortified. Radiant's middle barracks are
You know,
under attack.
if the enemy has no credible ability to defend their
Radiant's
racks
middle barracks has fallen.
for the time it takes to just kill one of them, you should probably hit the melee racks.
Oh, they got him.
Ooh. Wow, yeah. Took a
BKB
lot.
or Silverbridge off.
Thanks to that Wraith Pact, they left the Wraith Pact alive, and it just brought Lena's damage output just low enough so that she couldn't just get the kill, just move on.
She was actually doing damage to herself through the blade mail.
Ooh. Well, that's a good turnaround there. They've now killed both of the major problems on the Dire. The downside is that it took 2 waves of everybody to do that, but it has been done. Mickle looking at Scotty, likely to get it very soon. It's definitely going to help him against a lineup where it feels like regen is the biggest problem that they're having to deal with.
Dire's middle tower is under
Coddle down
attack.
bottom.
And, yep, Coddle just found Rubik pushing a wave down here, just eliminated him from existence. I like how even catapults get distracted by that Coddle ability.
It's weird.
There's a lot of interesting things about catapults. Like, why do catapults have souls for Shadow Fiend?
Maybe it's
kind
the
of
guy
a implication there.
shooting the catapult.
But nobody is. It's just like autonomously doing it. MKNY Lavender here is just gonna get completely demolished. Probably not the best tree ult here, unfortunately, unless they can actually get people here in time. Which, I mean, maybe they can. Kitty Lavender just taking all the damage in the world.
Oh, that was a good Lich ult.
Unfortunately, they just had to use a load of ults, and the Wraith King and the Lena just aren't here yet.
Oh, Rubik with the lift.
Huh? How come that didn't work? Why didn't Lena get stunned there?
I don't think there's any trees. Or are they gonna get BlueJay? They do.
Yeah, poor BlueJay. And
He is
poor
here.
PPM too.
Radiant's middle barracks.
And
Another one. Just any Lavender left now.
yep. He does have his Bloodstone and he has his Halberd here, but unlikely to save him. I don't believe he has BKB. So. But he's gonna accidentally kill Kai with Hula Hoop. Oops. It's not good for Kai.
Dire's bottom tower
Oh,
has
that
fallen.
ended up being a really good fight for
Dire's bottom
Yeah.
tower has
That could have
holy
been
damage done.
that could have been a really incredible fight if Kai didn't randomly die at the end of it, unfortunately. Still, that should be a good catalyst for a bit of a turnaround here.
That was about a 7k gold swing, that fight.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And it was dieback on Razor.
Dire's
T2
middle
goes
tower
down
is
bot.
under attack.
mid T1 too.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Hopefully they don't overextend here. They don't have Chrono.
Dire's
On
middle
the one hand, they
tower
don't have
has
Chrono. On the
fallen.
other hand, Lena ain't even going to be up for 20 seconds. They don't really have anything to worry about if she's not here, so...
That's true.
But they're not even going to risk the Wraith King. Penta Edge Sword comes out. That could actually be kind of a bit of a game changer on the Faceless Void.
That's super huge.
Penta Edge Sword comes out. That can kind of be a game changer on the Wraith King. Well, that's unlucky.
That's super huge. They'll be both attacking each other from like TA range. Actually, I think they might have a little bit more attack range than TA.
If only TA could use it. Telescope comes out here. Actually be kind of big for some of these supports.
Monkey King with it probably can hit TA from way far away.
Yeah, probably.
Or Luna. Luna doesn't have very much attack range either.
It's like Marth's grab in Melee.
It's true.
You ever see that? You ever see that GIF of Marth's grab is longer than Yoshi's goddamn tongue?
I have not seen that one.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Get a Havoc Hammer for Centaur.
Always fun. Can be another thing to knock everybody apart when they get together, which has kind of been a problem for the Alch Capone lineup. Feels like every time somebody gets together, and it's like a great time for like a big Acorn or a big Lich-Hold, big Chrono.
Here.
They just got caught by Lena there with an
Stun
arcane.
them out of Invis with a Hex.
But as I was saying, very unfortunate for Kai there. As I was saying, feels like a lot of times when this lineup, when they have Centaur getting a heart here, have a bunch of people gathered up for a big kill, they just all get knocked apart by something on their own team?
Got a little bit of a anti-synergy. Like, they have these circle spells, but some circles make them go away from the circle.
Yep. Not the
like
best
one
outcome.
Circle, big circle, other circle wants small circle. Circle.
And he can definitely get around that. There's not enough that it feels like it should be a huge issue, but
Radiant's top tower
it just
is
keeps
under
happening.
attack. Radiant's
It's about the execution, it's about the organization factor. Whenever I talk about the organization factor, it's things like that are exactly what I'm talking about.
They need a stall here for like 25 seconds. They're missing Kai, who's like a lot of their damage and control right now. There's blast coming through in the E-Blade. Oh, Rubik.
Hi Rubik. Can you imagine how funny it would have been if Mickle was just attack moving and just bashed him for no reason?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Ah, they A-toast him.
How do you lift
What?
himself when he's...
How did he lift himself? He has sure.
Yeah, but he was like, wasn't he not grabbed by the tree? Or did he lift himself like right before?
Nope. Flicker dropped here. Tell me that's their Flicker.
Dire are scanning.
Okay, it is good. I mean, it better be. Okay, it is good.
Ooh, there's a Mindbreaker on Lena too.
You remember Katie, right? She's still vaguely around. I know she's like in the Dota, the LD2L Genshin Impact server. You know, Katie once told me that Mindbreaker was her favorite tag. I wonder what she meant by that.
Interesting. I don't know what that means. It must be something about the item, obviously.
That's what like. It's she's in LD2L. She was in LD2L, right? It stands to reason, but I don't know. Maybe she likes tagging people with it. That would make sense. You're just getting that silence. Did you see my my preseason content?
Oh, you get caught up here. I don't. What was it? What'd you say in it?
I talked about all the teams, and I had an image to go with all of them, and Mickle just randomly just getting caught here really sucks. This is an awful time to just randomly lose him, and getting Rubik's a nice consolation prize, but nothing more than that. In the preseason content, I had something to say about every team, and I had an image for every team, and every image had a caption with some sort of meme-related content, and there are a few things that ended up being incorrect, like that was when it was thought King Pyre was out of the season. He wasn't. I thought your team's lineup was going to be very different from how you guys actually ran it. But one thing I was definitely right on was the macro with the caption that you guys got, which was when you were in a most suspect internet search history contest and Princess walks in.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means whatever you think it means.
I don't do anything sus on the internet. Oh,
okay. Centaur Orin are just trying to do something, anything here, but they just can't find it.
I don't know how they're gonna kill Second Life Mina.
They ain't, that's the answer.
Oh, unless this
this could be good, this could be good. BKB is only just now coming out on the cores though.
You got hexed and silenced in the hex on Lifestealer, or Faceless Void.
Who?
Faceless Void. It got me thinking Lifestealer from the draft.
Yeah, at this point I feel like maybe Lifestealer would have just been better off. Like, it would have really sucked having to play around the Razor, but I think with this lineup you can. With a Centaur, with the Hoodwink, there's a lot of emergency exit options if you just start getting leashed. A lot of kiting options.
The Radiant's really limited by their cooldowns, where the Dire has like no cooldowns and just go, 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 go.
Goodbye, Coddle.
Eaters.
This game is looking very over.
Yep. There's just about mega creeps here, and they're down 25k net worth with nobody alive.
Hey, I mean, there was a comeback from about this much in week 1. It's just that that was the Ricky Blinders one. Oh no, lean in the fountain! Watch her die! Big worst up there. Awesome. Unfortunately, with that BKB up on the Wraith King, they just can't do anything to him. Well, they can do that.
Get on top of that.
Spoilers, it doesn't mean anything. Ooh! Doing everything they can to keep alive.
Oh, Wraith King's still killing the Ancient. It's over. There's no way.
Well, that was an interesting way for this game to finish.
It kind of went from everyone just kind of farming, and then it was over.
Well, I mean, yeah, this is just not a good look for the Alch Capone lineup. Is unfortunately the worst way I could possibly say this. I mean, they even lost with a kill advantage. They
just like didn't pressure the map hard enough. I don't think they had their spells off cooldown, and they just kind of hit creeps.
There wasn't really much pressure on the map, which in fairness eventually started to make sense whenever they just died every time they tried to do that. I think the biggest thing is that it just felt like the coordination factor on Alch Capone was just really not in their favor. It felt like we're looking at a game with 5 muted mics or something on this lineup. You know what I mean? You know, things would just kind of happen for Alch Capone. That was certainly not the case for MonkeyKings in New York. It felt like there were many fights that were turned around very well by BlueJay, PPM, MKNY, Lavender, just showing up the exact perfect moment. The Treant Protector ult coming off at the exact perfect moment. When the reverse really wasn't true, it almost felt like Alch Capone spent a lot of this match just kind of tripping over each other, not really helping each other in the best ways, missing spells. There were a lot of missed spells here. Woodwink, Geistonly, Toxic Ass. Yeah, I mean, I think, unfortunately, that's really the long and short of it. It looked like Alch Capone had some organizational issues, and it looked like they had some strategic issues. And again, that might just be caused by having the stand-in. You know, the stand-in always throws a wrench into your organization. Even if it's Rada. Rada's good, but you haven't played with Rada. This stack hasn't played with Rada in this position before, so MKNY did not have that same disadvantage, so who knows what happens if it's all 5 of them if it's on a good day. But either way, we'll see what happens next game.